I recently took a trip to British Columbia, and I stayed in the city of Kelowna. When I was there, I looked on Reddit and saw a very weird post. It was titled "The Crypt Keeper of Knox Mountain" with this photo attached to it. So you know I had to look into it. So the post looks like a screenshot from Facebook of someone depicting their experience with said Crypt Keeper. The post says, "Me and my two friends were there early right before sunset. He was walking along the edge with a rope in hand, dressed head to toe in all black. Very suspicious and weird. I'm sorry you guys also had to encounter that." And then the picture of the weirdo standing next to the tree in all black, looking like the Grim Reaper, basically. So looking more into this, it seems that a lot of people have encountered this individual in a place called Knox Mountain. And he specifically stays around a place called Paul's Tomb. So to make it even scarier, it's a guy in all black in a place called Paul's Tomb in the middle of the woods. And there's many people online who have explained their experiences while hiking and seeing this person peeking from behind a tree or following them or just being weird. Like here's a Facebook post that I found of someone warning others about the creeper in the woods. "Heads up for any women walking Paul's Tomb path. My friend and I were walking back towards the parking lot after a sunset hike, and a man dressed in all black, head to toe, came out of the bushes and started walking very slowly in front of us. We didn't want to pass him as he was being very strange. He kept walking slower, then jogging and hiding behind trees. He eventually stopped when he hit a part of the path that was a bit dark and no one was around. He just stood there and stared at us for about 5 minutes, then continued walking. He then went up the bank and we lost sight of him. We kept walking, went down another road, where there was more light and closer to houses. We looked upwards towards the bank, and he was right there still following us and keeping the same pace as us. We did end up running to get closer to houses and streetlights, eventually got near the dog park by Knox Mountain, thankfully without seeing him again. Just wanted to warn anyone walking around that area." So there you go, that's one depiction of this creeper, how he comes out in front of you and walks slowly, and then goes and hides behind trees and looks at you, which is just very bizarre behavior. And a lot of the comments are people suggesting to bring bear spray on any hike, which if you didn't know, bear spray is essentially pepper spray, but in Canada it's illegal to have pepper spray, but you can have bear spray. It's a weird law, I don't know. Also, a lot of people are saying how they've reported this guy to the police. Me and my friends experienced something very weird on that hike too. A guy who had his face covered, hiding in the bushes, following us. Thought he was gone at one point until we turned around and saw he was closer. We started running. We reported him to the police, but they couldn't find him. And here's another encounter that someone posted. "Just had my encounter with that creepy guy dressed all in black on a pathway by Paul's Tomb that has been in multiple posts lately on Facebook. He tried to sneak up behind me and grab my phone in my pocket. Couldn't get a pic of him because he ran off the path, but here's a description of him. He's about 6 foot, East Indian, mid-30s to 40s, skinny. He's wearing a head wrap that covers his face like you see in the movies in the desert, all black, with only a little bit of red around his waist area. Be careful, as dogs don't seem to scare him away." So this is someone's more up-close and personal encounter with this creeper. He snuck up behind them and tried to steal their phone out of their pocket. Like, that is just strange. And then there's people commenting on that, how he'd be able to know the person was East Indian if they were completely covered, which is a good point. Other people in the comments are speculating on what they think he's doing out there and if he's a threat or not. One theory is he's just a troll trying to get reactions out of people. A second theory is that this is just a weird sexual fetish. 3 is that he could be some kind of predator testing the waters on what he can get away with. And 4, which is the most sensational idea, is that he's a serial killer on the loose. There's no way of knowing the exact intentions here, but either way, it's very creepy. Now here's another post that might give some idea of his motivation, and it's really disturbing. "I heard through a friend this guy everyone is talking about. He walked up to a group of young girls with a rope in his hand and said, 'Oh, the things I could do to you girls.' Then proceeded to walk behind them until the girls were around other hikers. Scary stuff." So that's disturbing if true. So me being curious and an idiot, I decided to go to the mountain myself and look around. Unfortunately though, I didn't see any crypt keeper dressed in black, which might have been a good thing at the end of the day, because who knows what would have happened. Another topic that was being debated with commenters is if this is actually illegal. Does this count as stalking, harassment? I'm not really sure. There's no law for being weird, but if you looked hard enough, there'd probably be a way to arrest this guy, and that's what a lot of people are suggesting. And it seems like the RCMP agreed, because they put out a warrant for his arrest. And now from this article on September 20th, it appears that he was actually caught. It says, suspicious lurker from Knox Mountain arrested on warrant. A man who caused a stir with some unnerving behavior at a popular Kelowna trail was arrested Friday morning on outstanding warrants, police say. Police said Friday that a report of a suspicious man was made at around 8:10 a.m. The officers responded immediately to Knox Mountain to contain the area using police cruisers and an ATV. Shortly after receiving the call, the man was located at the base of the mountain and was placed into custody without incident. It is believed the suspect is associated with several calls for service on Knox Mountain and the trail of Paul's Tomb. The man is currently held in Kelowna cells on the strength of the outstanding warrant, and officers will be questioning him regarding his intentions on the Knox Mountain. The nature of the outstanding warrant has not been expanded on. So it seems like the police caught the Crypt keeper, which is probably a good thing, because we don't know the intentions of this weirdo. We don't know what he was doing. And the fact he seemed to only follow women is extra weird, and is probably another reason why he shouldn't be out there in the woods. So in my opinion, when I looked at the picture, it was very Zodiac Killer-esque, wearing all black in the woods. Do I think this person's a serial killer? Probably not. Do I think there's some kind of sexual creeper? Probably. I thought about the possibility it's someone just trying to troll, but the weird stories about him only following women and potentially saying some very disturbing things makes me feel like this was sexually motivated. Also, the fact he's carrying around a rope, I don't know what that's alluding to. I don't know what that's supposed to symbolize, what he's going to do with that thing. I don't know, but it's weird. Now, the story has become less mysterious because he was actually caught. So it's not some otherworldly cryptid out in the woods like Bigfoot or something. It's just some weirdo. Now, the question is up to you. What do you think his intentions were? And do you think it was just that he was arrested? Anyways, thank you for watching.